Blog Talk Radio.
There are assembled the world's four greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
What's up, guys? It's your four favorite radio superheroes. Woo! And this is Mikey. We're here today, and we're going to get right to it. We're going to talk about topic of the day is Charles Xavier, Professor X, versus the Juggernaut, Kane Marco.
Whosoever possesses the sacred gem shall prepare himself to receive the power of the crimson bands of Sitarak. Read these words and go from this place a human juggernaut.
Cerebro has a message from the professor. Jubilee?
Greetings, X-Men. I'm taking a journey whose results may change our lives forever.
The Juggernaut has returned.
I'm not a mutant, Tinhead. My powers are magical, and none of you mutant wimps can handle them. Hey, darling, why don't you come when I call? So where's Xavier? I knocked on his door, but I don't think he was home. Give me more. That tickles. Come on. You know you can't hurt me. Give it a rest.
Kane, I do not understand your hunger to hurt me. Talk to me, Kane. Why have you always been compelled to hurt me?
You know why. Hey, knock it off. What are you doing to me?
I am doing nothing.
Professor, what happened to the Juggernaut?
I'm not certain, but I know this. He's scared to death.
This is great! I've never had a brother to ride with before. Ah!
Get this. We're not brothers, we're stepbrothers. And I'm gonna step on you every chance I get.
Why? I didn't do anything to you.
Father won't let me come home. He likes Charles better than me.
Do not ask me to forgive my brother. Kane is nothing but a sadistic bully. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. His very existence tears at me. But he's still my brother, and I must do everything in my power to save him. The X-Men have brought the Ruby of Sitarak to give you back your powers, to save your life.
What's in it for you?
The satisfaction of knowing I saved your life.
That changes nothing. I'll always be your living nightmare.
That is my burden to bear.
I don't care. Can't you get that through your thick skull?
Perhaps one day you will.
Another time, shortstop, when I'm in the mood.
He chose not to continue his attack. I believe that is his way of saying thank you.
So basically, you know, telepath in a wheelchair versus a human battering ram. But let's go a little more in-depth than that. Start with Professor X. Nathan, take it away.
Professor X was the strongest known psychic in the X-Men world. Later on, he's surpassed by actually a handful of people. You've got the Phoenix Force. Basically, anyone who ever obtains the Phoenix Force surpasses him, as long as they have psychic ability beforehand. So, like when Spider-Man gets the Phoenix, he doesn't surpass the psychic ability. He does gain a limited amount of psychic energy, but not enough to surpass Professor X. But the one that surpasses him with pure power would be X-Men, or Nate Summers. And, man, what can you say about Professor X? A man who's been pretty much on the right side of the tracks his entire life, you know, been silver spooned his entire life, and turns around and still gives, you know, like, he doesn't have that typical I'm a rich kid attitude, you know, that most kids did. I mean, he went to the private schools and did all that stuff, but he was nice to everyone. He took everyone in. It didn't matter who it was, you know, and, like, I love that they actually did show that in most of the movies that they have out, and love the animated series because it shows it as well. I mean, it didn't matter who it was, alien, mutant or not, you were Charles's friend, you were, you know, part of his family. What else can you say about him? A man who continues to get paralyzed no matter what circumstances. I mean, I do believe he's retained new bodies 3 times, and all 3 times he's been paralyzed. So, I mean, it's destined for him to be in a wheelchair.
Right. Maybe at some point he just comes to terms with that.
I think he came to terms with it a long time ago, and whenever he died and they brought his body back, like brought him back to life, you know, and he realized, I'm in a new body and I can walk and stuff. He was pretty excited. And, like, you can tell that, like, in the comic series and stuff, but then he turns around and gets paralyzed again, and then he's like, balls. What the heck, man? Seriously? 3 times?
If I had any luck at all, it's bad luck.
Yeah, it's like, seriously. I mean, karma is not on his side, period. I mean, he's done nothing but good on his life, all his life, to turn around and have only bad stuff happen to him.
Of course, he's the man who assembles the X-Men, one of the greatest groups in the history of comics and superheroes alike.
One of the longest-running teams ever.
Best friend of Magneto. And then also brother to Kane.
Kane Marco, stepbrother.
Right, stepbrother. And let's talk a little bit about why Kane has so much hate for Professor Xavier.
Okay, it all started when Kane Marco's mother died. It was lost her at a young age, and Kane was always disciplined by his father, both physically and mentally. And he was actually like a doctor, like a nuclear doctor, like a big scientist, hotshot. And he was actually partners with Charles Xavier's father. And when Charles Xavier's father died, Kane Marco's father, I can't remember his name, but we're going to call him Dr. Marco for now. Dr. Marco married Shannon Xavier, you know, Professor X's mom. And that's when they became stepbrothers. Well, from the minute they met, Dr. Marco loved Charles Xavier. I mean, he treated him 1,000,000 times better than he treated Kane. Right. And, like, it showed. And it just drove Kane to the point where he drove him nuts. And you're talking about a kid who was always picked on by his father, no matter what. He could never do anything right. I mean, he was always abused. So, of course, a child who's been in an abused home is going to turn around and be abusive himself. So he turned around and started being abusive to Charles, and Charles was always like, well, what have I done to you and stuff? And he never gave him a reason. He just, you know, you're too smart. Right. That's one of the reasons. And then that was slightly different in the animated series. Well, I'm talking comics. Yeah, because in the animated series, he married his mother just for her money. That's why he was always nice to Charles, because he didn't want her to force him. Yeah. That could be it, but it never really goes into it, why they got married, but other than the fact that they were business partners, they were doctors together, and, I mean, I'm assuming he always had love for her.
That's almost like that could be a good villain's justification for Juggernaut.
Yeah. And it gets worse. Ship him off to military school? No. The mansion catches on fire. And Dr. Marco runs in and saves Charles first. Runs in, carries him out, runs back in to save Kane, and dies of smoke ventilation. So he dies trying to save Kane. But he saved Charles first. And after that, that's when they both got drafted into the military. And
so Kane kind of looks at it like, if he would have just saved me and left you alone, my dad would still be alive.
Along the lines, but at that point he didn't care if his father died or lived, because he was so abusive to him.
I see.
But it confirmed the fact that his father loved Charles more.
That's really messed up.
So wait, the father was abusive to
Kang.
just him?
Mm-hmm. His real son.
Not?
No, he never touched Charles.
Wow.
Never called him names.
That's pretty messed up,
He
dude.
praised him for everything he did. He praised him for everything he did. And, like, his grades, his, everything he did was, top notch. Didn't matter what Kane did. It was the worst. Compared to Charles, Kane could do no good. So after the death, a little bit later, they were both drafted into the military, and they were both in the same unit.
Wow.
And Kane deserted under gunfire. I think it was the Nam War, too. But
do you feel like they should have kind of like thrown that into first class a little bit?
there's a good chance that might happen with X-Men First Class second year.
Second year or whatever.
But because they haven't introduced Juggernaut yet. Or really any of the past.
But no, it showed him as a little kid. And
it showed him as a little kid.
Mystique and, they grew up together.
They showed him showed his past for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they showed
a lot of it. There was a big gap.
Yeah, college.
And at that time, it was already over.
Military school.
Yeah, so they're not really sure what.
And so Kane deserted, and Charles went after him. Of course, he had to leave. He used his abilities to allow himself to leave to go hunt for Kane without being a deserter.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he found him in a cave, which was actually the hidden temple of the Kyrarak? Siderock? I can't remember. But so he found him there, and then that's when he found the gem, the mystic gem.
Yeah.
And when he touched it, he was imbued with powers from the alien technology. It's magical, but actually it's just alien technology. They put it here to be the defender of the galaxy, the Earth, and he was supposed to be their champion, whoever found it. And
basically backfired.
Basically. But when time comes, he becomes a hero. When the world is in danger, Juggernaut is always there, the first one there to stop invaders of Earth.
He just doesn't like Charles or the X-Men.
Nope. Anything affiliated with Charles Xavier must perish.
That's his thought process.
What it is I'm gonna kill Charles, and anything that gets in my way will die.
Mm-hmm.
And the X-Men got in his way.
Now I got a good question.
Yes.
This is off subject from Charles and Juggernaut, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How come every time you see Magneto against Juggernaut, he never really uses the
magnetism?
Yeah, but he does it against Wolverine fucking constantly.
It's not described as metal, his armor. That's probably why. It's described as mystic energy. So that's probably what we're talking about here.
I'm looking at the definition of Juggernaut right now, and it just says, in colonial English usage, is a literal or metaphorical force regarding a mercilessly destructive and unstoppable force. Okay.
Hence why he's called the unstoppable Juggernaut. The unmovable force.
Yeah, he's basically freight train, out of control freight train.
Some of the strongest characters in the X-Men series were unable to budge him at all.
So him running towards the Hulk, do you think the Hulk would be able to stop him?
No.
Good.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. His is a magic energy, and the gem is supposed to grant him unstoppable power. And what it is if something comes along that can stop him, the gem gives him more power.
Do you think they should have put him in X-Men First Class? The Juggernaut you're talking about.
Before Charles got paralyzed? The thing, I like the fact that Charles was paralyzed now, because every time Juggernaut has ever faced him, he's been in a wheelchair.
Right. So
and that's never stopped him. I hope he does make an appearance in the First Class series. I hated him in the original X-Men movies.
They made him look really dumb.
I hated it. They picked the worst character, the worst actor.
The dude from Euro Trip, the one that freaking does the balls on his eyes.
Yeah,
and not to mention,
Kenny?
In that, he was considered a mutant and not magical.
Yeah, he
He's magical?
Yeah, it's from his gem, the technology from an alien race is what gives him his power.
Yeah,
In fact, he gets offended when you call him a mutant.
Yeah, he
hates mutants.
That's why in the clip you hear him go, "I'm not a mutant, it's magical."
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he basically technology. Anytime the Earth's in danger, he's supposed to use that power.
Why did they choose him to give him this
He
power?
found it.
Anyone who can basically find the temple
and activate
and
the spell.
And do everything you're supposed to for the ceremony, because there's a certain ceremony you have to be able to do to earn the power of the Juggernaut.
Hey, you got to translate that tablet, read it while you're holding the gem.
Well, he didn't read it, but he was holding the tablet whenever he touched the gem, which is apparently all you need to do. But finding the temple on your own is supposed to be unheard of. Like, it's supposed to be meant for only one person.
He kind of just walked in there.
I think he was destined for it. And like I said, every time the world is in trouble, he turns around and helps it.
I mean, look at him in that picture. That's what the Juggernaut should have looked like in the movie.
And
you get to see him. He's huge.
And they made his outfit out of stone.
Iron.
No, it was like a stone. Like if you look real close at the helmet, it's chipped away like stone and stuff, and it made me mad. It's supposed to be the mystic red energy of the Keratic gem. Why not get somebody that's just like gigantic? I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I hated
Brock Lesnar. Lesnar would have been
he's
good.
an ultimate bad guy for every movie.
He's just big. He's big.
I hated pretty much every character from the first three movies.
I think that they ruined the X-Men series
With
because of that.
I fucking hate it.
The only character that was kind of good was Colossus.
Colossus
and Iceman.
I can name a few actually that I do like. You have Bobby. You have Bobby Iceman.
Mm-hmm.
Pyro was okay. The only thing I didn't like about him was he didn't have the accent, or because they describe him even in the comics as having that like Australian thick accent, and I miss that. And he was supposed to be really cocky and really fiery, like I'm Pyro, and I got that attitude, like fire. I'm uncontrollable. I'm testy, like fire. You play with me, you're gonna get burned.
Right.
He didn't have that. He didn't have that at all, and I don't like that at all. But you have Nightcrawler. He was good.
Oh,
Mystique was good.
Oh, yeah.
You had Charles Xavier. I did like him. Patrick Stewart. Yeah, he was a good Professor X.
He's right on the money. That's good.
And
he fits the moniker of what we're talking about with Tony Stark.
Hugh Jackman, best Wolverine. Don't think they can ever replace him. That's why he made a cameo in First Class. He is Wolverine. He is our Downey Jr.
I mean, you go to Ryan Reynolds, right?
Was that really him, or was that the computer?
He's the best Deadpool. I'm sorry.
Hey, was that really Patrick Stewart at the end of that, or was that just like a computer animated version of him? Because it looked really young.
What are you talking about?
At the end of First Class.
He was
Stewart. No,
you're talking about
Origins. Yeah, Origins.
That was Patrick Stewart.
That was
him. They were setting it up for the new X-Men 4 movie.
Okay.
Which is probably going to suck ass.
It is going to suck.
Bad.
Major donkey dick. They should just stop and let X-Men First Class take over because they did good and they're on the right path. Yes, they had a lot of mess ups, but they made it work. And I love that they went out of the box. They used the Hellfire Club and they used the Zazel. I'm sorry, but in my mind, they picked no better bad guys for that time period.
They had Havoc in there.
Yeah, that's another thing that pissed me off. They didn't have Cyclops, but they had Havoc, which Alex Summers is the younger brother of Scott Summers, which pissed me off. But that was really the only thing that was wrong.
All right, let's talk more about these two against each other.
Juggernaut has always been weak against psychic attacks, even before he was. As many hits he was taking in the head and stuff from his dad, his mind is pretty much shot. That's why he's so aggressive. And he's unstable already because of all the abuse he took. And the psychic attacks just make it easy.
So, like, basically the girlfriend of Charles Xavier.
Like, which one?
You see her from the series, the cartoon. Starts with a...
Mormon McTaggart?
No, starts with an S.
I think he means...
The Shi'ar Empire.
Lilandra?
Yes.
Lilandra from the Shi'ar Empire.
Doesn't her and Juggernaut have a little thing?
No.
Not like sexual. I mean, like, they have a little battle, or something happens to Charles and she freaks out on him. In one of the cartoons, I think he does bust in and she stops him.
The only one I think, because the Shi'ar Empire was only in a few battles, and that was with, like, the Sky Pirate, you have Dark Phoenix, and then you have, like...
Mr. Sinister, the one.
Mr. Sinister, and those were, like, the only ones the Shi'ar Empire was involved in.
All right, but Charles versus Juggernaut, who wins?
Depends. Just Charles Xavier versus Juggernaut?
It's not Onslaught. Charles Xavier with Cerebro.
As long as Juggernaut has his helmet, Juggernaut would win. That helmet keeps fighting.
That's why if Charles Xavier had the
Cerebro, he can use Cerebro to talk to the X-Men. Well, he can use his powers anyway to talk to the X-Men.
Physical fight versus mental fight, so I mean.
It depends. If Charles Xavier has his X-Men team, Charles wins. Because he needs them to take the helmet off. If not, if it's just Charles on Juggernaut,
Juggernaut's going to smash.
Juggernaut's going to win, period, because there's no way he can get the helmet off. Never. He can't control him. He can't make him do it. He needs the X-Men to do it. Because he's pretty much handicapped and useless.
And you got to remember one thing. There was one time the X-Men were trying to get the helmet off, and Rogue was trying to absorb Juggernaut's power, and she went crazy.
That's because the gem continues to pump out more power. And that's why he even made a comment. He was like, I think you were trying to figure out what it feels like. Control a little bit of the power of the Juggernaut. And then she's like, you don't see it. No one can do it. And it's funny because, like, that didn't even calm down.
He's one of my favorite bad guys.
He acted like he was a little groggy, like he got drunk.
Him, Gambit, and him and Wolverine has a pretty good fight. Him and Cyclops have had some pretty decent fights.
You think Gambit could just, like, the helmet?
The time it would take for him to kinetically charge the helmet would be way more than the Juggernaut would give him.
Like the reason he used cards, because
in the cartoon, doesn't Charles remove the screws that hold his helmet to pull his helmet out?
Charles can't move anything with his mind.
He's only a telepath.
He's only a telepath.
He's not telekinetic.
Telekinesis is grade 6.
Oh, okay.
She's able to do both telekinetic and telepathic. That's why mostly he uses a Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler has been the best opponent for Juggernaut every battle. Because he's able to teleport and get the lashes before either Juggernaut's like, where are you, little man? Where? And it's really, Nightcrawler has been his best. Nightcrawler and Shadowcat, two best opponents I'd put against Juggernaut ever. If I was able to make a 3-man team, Charles Xavier, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, period. By him. Those would be my 3 against him.
That's awesome.
I'd use Shadowcat to bring his feet into the ground a little bit as he's trying to break off. Nightcrawler would be popping them off. Bam, teleport with the helmet off. Money fudge.
Onslaught versus Juggernaut?
It's just a stupid
Onslaught.
Yeah, that actually happened when Onslaught was first introduced. The Juggernaut was knocked halfway across the country, and he's like, he's coming for me! He's coming for me! Don't let him get me! He was terrified of Onslaught.
That they combined two of the strongest mutants.
Yeah, it's basically Professor X's bad side released into pure energy with Magneto.
With his evil consciousness.
Yeah.
At its max.
Yeah. And
it has no
unstoppable force, basically.
Yeah.
Because you have the power of Magneto mixed with the bad power.
And not just that either. Like, you have...
He's huge.
No physical body.
He's huge.
Oh, yeah. It was that big.
Monstrous.
Even the Hulk had trouble with him. Like, he was...
But the Hulk was never scared of him.
I never said he was. But I'm just saying it. Like, even the Hulk, it took him forever to put dents into his armor and crack it. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
So, Juggernaut, sorry, buddy, you're going to lose against Onslaught. Like, I love Juggernaut, but in my eyes, he's kind of a useless bad guy. He can be defeated easily.
Now, like, in some of the episodes in the X-Men, you see Juggernaut robbing banks. Why do you think they chose to make, like, Petty Thief in some of the episodes?
I think it was a way to call him out, bring Charles Xavier out. Because he slandered the mutant name by doing it. Yeah, no matter what he said, people always thought he was a mutant. He slandered the mutant name, and Juggernaut doesn't need to eat or drink. I mean, he can, or breathe. Yeah, he doesn't need to breathe.
He was walking underwater in one at a time.
That's awesome. And, like, little fun fact, he, what'd you do? He was standing on the beach, and you see Juggernaut just, like, walk out of the water. Like, oh, shit. That's exactly what I do. I act like you passed out. No. I don't have to go up and they go, what's wrong with you? I feel like grind. No. Okay, let's do this. If you had the Juggernaut's powers for one day, what would you do?
Run.
Well, obviously, but
run. I just keep running.
Everything?
Yeah, I just run through everything, dude. I just, like, everything.
I would seriously be like, you have like 5 seconds to get me to Iraq or wherever we're fighting the war, and I'm going to end it. Seriously, give me 1 day. Period.
Can you imagine the Iraqis like just looking at him and just be like, "What the fuck is that? What's that coming towards us, guys?" It's like hit him with the tank. Looks like a big leader running towards us right now. What the hell is it?
Yeah, forget to wear like an American flag for a cape.
I would, man. They wouldn't be able to touch me. I'd be like, fire them. And I would be like, I'd claim Captain America's name. I don't even care. I'd be like, Captain America! And Dixon. Oh, Johnny, what did you do? He robbed banks. Would you rob banks? No. That sounds like you, George. You're the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
George is a bad guy. He'd rob banks.
Oh, yeah.
24 hours is a lot of time, so I'd be like, put me on the jet.
You know those spandex suits they have now, like you can like cover your whole body and be like green or black or red or whatever. I just get one of those and just freaking just start flying through shit. that'd be my entire day. Just keep selling the money.
I really have no idea.
I would run in the Olympics and get sponsored from the Olympics for a day. Fuck yeah. It would take the whole day. But you'd win every race. You wouldn't win. Yeah, you wouldn't. You could be outran.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I'm going to hit every run. You're going to argue with the Juggernaut? Yeah, you're going to argue with the Juggernaut? I win.
You do the heavy lifting, the shot put.
Yeah, you can do everything.
You see that trailer where that dude that played Bruno, he like just shoots everybody in the kneecaps and whatnot? That would be pretty much the same concept, but Juggernaut would just be like smacking people out of the way.
As soon as the starting line goes,
as soon as he starts running, it's like.
As soon as the gun went off, I would just immediately run sideways into the other people. Take him out.
You start running, you start shaking the earth.
I'd be like, you have to set me back a few. I'd get the furthest behind everybody and just smash into them.
So, okay,
I did outrun you. I'd run backwards, smash them, and run forward.
The armor is super heavy, but how does it feel to him? Is it
the armor light?
Heavy. It's not heavy.
It's like nothing. It'd be like how we feel right now. He weighs almost 900 pounds by himself.
It's like 6 Mjolnir for Thor.
It's huge. He weighs almost 900 pounds. It'd be like what you feel right now, but having imaginary, like, ridiculous powers. Wow. You're talking about a guy who can lift over 100 tons, and you're going to complain about a little bit of armor?
I'm just wondering how this dude takes a poop. You know, I mean, like, what kind of toilet can you make for the Juggernaut, man? I mean, like,
the world is his toilet.
He
shits where he wants. He's like a horse.
What would a Juggernaut turd be like then?
A car. Volkswagen. What do you imagine being on the Grand Canyon? The Juggernaut, bitch. And then, let's talk about that a little bit. There's been a lot of spin-offs of on, like, YouTube and things like that. There's an infamous one that it's a black guy that's doing the voice. It's really funny. He's like, "Come on, child. Come on, child. Oh, hang out, child. Run away, child. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch." What? Do you see that with any other superheroes?
No,
Oh, those are the Power Rangers.
Yeah,
but that's it.
this is the Power Rangers.
Yeah, they do the Power Rangers.
They do a lot of the Power Rangers that we can't talk about on air.
Yeah. So that's my dick.
We do need to have an episode for the Power Rangers.
We will.
I agree.
It's just like Captain Planet.
Yeah,
and
All those, they'll be near each other. But why do you think it's okay to make fun of someone like that? Because he's an epic bad guy.
It's because he's an epic bad guy. When you think of a bad guy, you think of evil stuff.
But you don't see people making fun of the Joker like that.
The Joker's a clown. How don't want to be made fun of?
But this is a guy in a fucking Iron Tank suit. You would figure you wouldn't want to make fun of somebody like that.
Maybe if he really existed.
How do you know he doesn't exist?
They make fun of Zod.
We would know.
Do you think they could get sued for that? Fucking with... Because it's from the actual cartoon series.
No, there's tons of people who do voiceovers and stuff like that. If one person got sued because they said "Mom a Juggernaut," there'd be millions and millions and millions and millions of people getting sued on YouTube right now.
If you're the creator of that and you see,
in a way,
you would laugh.
I would laugh, and it's a way of homage. Think about it.
A little bit.
Because what are the bad guys they do that for? I can't name anymore.
Yeah.
Zod. They made fun of Zod.
They turned Zod's lines into a rap. It's not making fun of him.
No, like on Robot Chicken.
Yeah, because they got Batman stuff. I don't want to hear that shit.
Name one person who isn't been made fun of on Robot Chicken.
They made fun of Christopher Reeve.
They made fun of short
Shit.
Robot Chicken doesn't count.
Yeah.
If you seen it on Robot Chicken, it doesn't count.
Right.
We're talking about, you go to YouTube, look at someone making fun of Zod. Other than the Zod rap, I'll be like, oh, you're right, John, I apologize.
Yeah. They also had a thing where they were making Zod run for president.
That's not bad.
He pretty much did. Well, he found the buttons and stuff, and they started putting them on the chick, remember? Everything she found, she put on. And there was one that said something for president. It's just kind of funny. It's kind of like a rip-off of the movie. It's just fun.
I'm going to get your eyebrows and tape them to your nipples.
We're getting off the subject again.
But if I was the creator of Juggernaut and they did that, I'd be happy. It's a homage. No other bad guy, no other villain gets that.
If you're a bad guy, you want to hang out with the Juggernaut? Like, if he wants to start a group with you, you start a group with him?
If he goes, do you want to join my group of evil people? I go, yes. I do.
I wouldn't join unless I knew I was stronger than him.
Oh, I wouldn't. Dude, because there's no one.
Piggyback riding the motherfucker.
Because he's going to bully you around.
He's going to bully you around one way or another. Because if you think you're stronger than him, you're wrong.
Like the onslaught situation?
Okay, well, in this case, Onslaught's making the team. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're stronger than the Juggernaut, then the Juggernaut wouldn't be making the team. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if the Juggernaut was actually joining the team, I'd say, hell yes, because if I said no, he'd be beating me down to the ground. You say yes when the Juggernaut asks you a question.
Yeah.
Unless you're an X-Men. You automatically say no.
Next X-Men movie, like see Juggernaut in it?
Depends on which one's it.
Johnny?
I guess.
George?
I believe so.
I'd love it.
Like I said, there's 4 new ones coming out, so you got to be more specific when you ask me.
Not number 4.
So you're talking about X-Men First Class, second year?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that'd be the movie to do.
Please do it.
Not in the 4th one. Because in the third one...
Who are they going to put the origins in? Because they only had 2 origins come out. Wolverine in Japan.
They did. The Juggernaut origin?
It would be a short story.
What does that mean?
Not really.
You said it's going to be a short story.
I was a dick to my stepmother.
No, I was asking him a question to answer.
What I'm saying is, there's not a lot of history to him.
I was a dick to my
stepmother. But the thing with him and Charles would be cool.
I think it would be cool to see a movie about the Juggernaut, but could they do it? No.
They could, but it'd be boring.
Yeah, there's not enough information on the Juggernaut. They haven't released a whole ton. Like, oh, they can do the Black Cassidy thing where, he was with Tom Cassidy and stuff, but that just be retarded.
I mean, they could even do one of the Storm, but it would probably be a little bit boring,
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, you can't just break up the pack, man. You can't break up the Beatles, Yoko. We're going to do news.
Well, I'm ready when you are, buddy, if you want me to.
guess he's ready.
Georgie asking for new news. That's it.
Yeah. Usually we'll put some up on him.
All right. Well, here we go. Today's episode of Noob News is
Get those.
What was that? Whoop.
This is Noob News with George the Flash Phillips.
All right, guys. Let's see. What?
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I wasn't talking to you.
What? What the fuck? All right. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and jump into it, as we always do. But I mean, I've always known these characters. I really just found out the other day that they were even brothers, which
You're welcome.
really freaked me the hell out. Well, I mean,
the point of
step brothers.
This is the point of Noob News, though.
Yeah. So I mean,
To enlighten those out there who have not.
Yeah, dude. I'm constantly learning, as all of you that might be listening are doing the same thing as me.
This is to remind you guys. That's what the point of the show is. You guys don't know, and you're scared to ask questions on the show. Don't be, because George asks some really crazy, but funny and awesome
questions. And
off
the wall stuff.
So let's get to it. Let's see. Now, in the X-Men First Class movie, they showed how basically Professor X ends up getting in a wheelchair because he ends up getting a bullet to the spine. Is that the original way that he gets put into the wheelchair?
No.
No. Okay, then how does he get put in the wheelchair?
Oh, me? Buried, pretty much alive.
Buried alive?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's
giant
cooler than
a giant boulder fell on him, and it snapped his back in half. And it's kind of funny because that's not the first. It's like it happens a lot. Like I think he gets his back broke, like snapped in half twice by a giant boulder. It's kind of funny, but that's it. The Rock. Like
Rock.
Yes.
not both. Like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
His back, like his entire bottom was smashed. Like it was.
Man. So he missed the Roadrunner and it hit Professor X.
Pretty much. He missed Quicksilver.
Oh man. So that's the general story of how he.
Pretty much.
Okay. Pretty much. What do you mean by pretty much?
I've never one time. I can't remember. It was someone pretty much folded him like a pretzel.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Freaking Bane. Just goes up to him.
Oh,
yeah. I know, but I'm just saying, Bane just goes up to him and just snaps him out. He's breaking everybody's back.
No, it was Bender.
From Futurama.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's go on to the next one. Now, throughout all the X-Men series, I was always under the impression that Cerebro was created by Professor X, but in the X-Men First Class movie, it stated that it was actually Beast that created Cerebro. So basically, who the hell created Cerebro?
Both of those statements are wrong. Professor X and Magneto both together created Cerebro.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
Beast had no clue how telepathic mutation worked. There would be no way he would be able to do it.
But he's the one that created it in the first.
In First Class, yes. But
that's not true.
how would he know? I mean, how would he know how to amplify the psionic ability of someone? No, it was Charles Xavier and Magneto who did it. And they did it a long time ago when they were on the same side. And then whenever they found, like, Professor X found out that Magneto had, alternative motives.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go against the humans.
Yeah.
I'm going to be an evil douchebag. That's when he pretty much put a kibosh on that and was like, well, you can't use this machine without me, and I'm not using it for you. So, suck it. And then, of course, Magneto made his helmet to keep his mind safe from Xavier whenever they switch sides. The helmet wasn't created until they decided to part ways.
Yeah, so like in the movie where he gets the helmet from the guy Kevin Bacon plays,
Baxton.
Yeah, that's not how it happened.
Was Bastion an actual character?
Yeah, he's the leader of the Hellfire.
He's a badass.
He is the Black King.
He'll take energy and basically, boom.
Yeah, he's sucking in nuclear power.
In the comics, all he could really absorb was kinetic energy.
Like his physical, any kind of physical.
So he could absorb a punch and, like, put it back to you?
Yeah. And he could use it to augment things. Like, he could give himself different powers for a limited time with it.
Like, you could shoot him with a bullet, and he would absorb the energy from it, and he'd be able to, like,
so say the Hulk punches,
shoot a fireball.
Hulk punches him or something like that, would he be able to punch Hulk at the exact same frequency? Like,
probably more.
Velocity or whatever?
For some reason, like, whenever he absorbs something and he puts it out, it seems to be more, it's more powerful than what he took in. It's like he's either fusing it with his strength and his power, or he has like a reserve of energy that he's been saving and just combines with it. So if the Hulk was to punch him, he'd absorb it, and he'd hit the Hulk, and the Hulk would get hit harder than he'd try to punch him.
So, that'd be a cool thing for a video game, just keep on sucking in energy, but just keep on absorbing energy, and, eventually just use it for a final couple.
Most of the time there's a cap on it. Like,
cap?
Like if you absorb too much,
yeah.
like, it would tear your body apart.
Really?
Yeah, usually.
Wow.
Even Bishop has, limitations on his.
Okay. Now, who do you believe has a better idea for the future of mutant/human relations?
Professor X.
Professor X.
I already know where this question's going.
Professor X or Magneto?
Professor X.
I think Magneto has a good idea about mutants because he can't trust humans.
Yeah.
Their thought.
The Jew thing.
But his whole thing is like humans are going to serve mutants because we're better.
Yeah.
He's basically going to flip the switch. We're going to enslave the human race. Charles says, I want to coexist with everyone and be peaceful.
If I was a mutant, I would follow Magneto.
I would too.
If I was a mutant, I'd follow Professor X. Because I believe in peace. Peace, love, chicken grease. So would I.
Yeah, no, I totally follow Magneto. So.
He's the evil bastard.
We got that.
I switch it up every once in a while. I mean, if you had a guy who's going to basically lead you on a course of victory and destruction along the way a little bit, but it's an attainable idea. Like, his idea is to have a prosperous situation for all mutants. And if you're a mutant that gets picked on or, like, in any way kind of looked at, like, that's the kind of side of the team I think you would want to be on, as opposed to being on the side with someone who, like, it's going to continue to happen, and then one day you're just going to snap the fuck out on other mutants and the mutants. Why not just stay on the mutant side and just...
Well, you're talking about a guy who realizes himself, I suck, and realizes he's never going to be able to enslave the human race. Because the X-Men keep foiling his plans. The humans are equally as powerful as the X-Men by themselves. So the man creates his own island called Genosha. That's a man of, I give up. I give up, I can't take over, so I'm going to make my own little island where I'm safe and nobody can hurt me. Ooh. So, I mean, I'm not going to join that guy. I'm going to join the guy who keeps spoiling that guy's plans and making him cry and go run off into the little corner and go, I want my own part of the world, damn it.
Yeah, but he ends up having, like, his own fucking space station out in space and all kinds of stuff.
The island, he just levitates it up there.
Yeah. Right. That doesn't sound like a wimp or somebody
I'm not saying he's a wimp. No,
that's kind of how you did the
he is
look like
a crybaby. Yes, he is a crybaby, but not a wimp. He is a crybaby, but not a wimp.
He's a smart crybaby.
He's a crybaby.
So, he lives longer than almost any other mutant.
And when Charles Xavier dies, Magneto takes up Charles Xavier's cause. He goes, I was wrong this entire time.
Right.
So you're talking about a guy, you're going to follow a guy who flips and joins Lycine. So,
I'd be dead by then because...
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you'd be dead. You're evil, of course you're going to be dead. Evil people die quick.
Man, we're willing to die for that. We're willing to die for
superhero vagina.
Yeah, just everything, man. Okay, let's see, but who is more powerful in you guys' perspective? Magneto and Professor Rex.
I'm the type of person that I'm prone to being manipulated easy, very gullible. So Magneto is very good at that.
Oh, he's very good.
He's the best.
He convinces most of the X-Men.
That's why I would say, if it came down to Professor X talk to me first and then Magneto talk to me, I would probably end up being convinced by Magneto. Silver-tongued devil, basically.
Yeah, that's one of the names. All right, what was your question? Who's stronger? Charles or Magneto?
Because they never really showed them, like, actually battling or anything like that. So, I mean, like...
That's kind of the same thing as...
Him and Juggernaut?
Him and Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Get the helmet off.
Yeah.
Because if the helmet's off, Professor X went. He would convince him that he's a 5-year-old little boy.
But Professor X could also control other people that don't have, the helmets on, stuff like that, making him go attack him, but then Magneto's just so powerful that he could probably just slap him around.
You know what Magneto does? I've seen him do it in the cartoon, and I've seen him do it in, like, the comics. He takes him out of a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah, all the time. He uses the magnetism in the chair system.
He takes it away from me. He throws it out from under.
He dumps it up. Dumps it upside down. He falls out and he's like, why, Eric?
Why? How are you going to focus when I fucking take a chair away? Like, you're more focused on being embarrassed about you're on the ground. Like, he's sensitive about it. You see it in the comics.
It's like Forrest Gump or whatever. Whenever Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Whenever he he's like, I'm a little freak,
Yeah. I don't think he was sensitive about it though. He was kind of a hard
ass about it.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch here. Let's do this. Right? Yeah, he was party time. That guy that was handicapped and
I'd have to say Magneto. I'd have to say Magneto.
My money is, like I said, helmet or no helmet. Is the X-Men there or not?
He doesn't have telekinesis or anything like that, so I mean, basically, all Magneto would have to be like, metal building, fall on. Bam,
like I said, this would be the fight.
Just have Professor X be like, hey, come here, I want to tell you something.
Yeah, the fight, this is what it would be.
Magneto would be smarter than
Professor X is already there. Magneto flies in, moves his shield, and moves his fucking wheelchair, and then flies away.
Yeah.
That would be the fight. There's no epic fight there.
They're basically just freaking, raise him up in the freaking wheelchair and just drop him.
He wouldn't hurt him. He wouldn't hurt him.
He wouldn't hurt him.
No, just
even though they're enemies, they're still best friends. They have that respect for each other even today.
Yeah, but when they
versing each other.
when they do verse each other, when they fight, that's all he does. He doesn't ever hurt Charles. He puts him in a position where he can't.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Puts him in a position where he can't fuck with him.
I'm not sure with Magneto.
If they hated each other,
that's tough to say because I've never.
Well, in the universe where they hate each other.
They combine even. Right? Their friendship is so strong that they fuse together.
If they hated each other and got in a fight, they would fuse each other in onslaught.
And create onslaught times 5. Yeah, because it was born out of pure hatred.
Yeah, so if they got in a real bad fight and wanted to kill each other, onslaught. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I think that answers that.
Okay, and my last question, of course, is why is it that Juggernaut's suit, his head is shaped like a dick?
It's not.
It's shaped like a dick.
If you
looks like a mushroom head, man.
Take the helmet off, he has a normal head.
Yeah.
But
with the helmet on, he looks like a dick.
To secure the helmet properly, it would have to be on his shoulders, on his neck. Because his neck is like the size of my waist.
Yeah.
And I have a big waist.
I think he looks more like an armadillo.
I think he looks like a fucking...
Well, I mean, they even make a reference to that in the movie. She calls him dickhead, Kat does.
Well, you got to think, they pretty much bashed that movie all to hell, so you can't go with any of it. His helmet was not the way it should have been. Yeah. It's like, that was an actual, helmet.
Yeah.
It's on the
thing. And you got to look at your comic book
who needed.
It's really big. Like, it goes right here to the shoulders. It's, like, bolted into the shoulders.
Yeah, the helmet doesn't turn in the comic. He has to...
Yeah.
How do I take it off, then?
There's 4 latches. He never did.
Quick question. When the Juggernaut sleeps, does he take off the suit?
Nope. He really don't need to sleep either. He doesn't sleep.
That's right, the magical powers. We talked about that earlier.
Eat, sleep, drink, breathe.
He gets everything from his power?
Everything.
Does the powers eventually drive him crazy?
Huh?
He just
building and being master that he is.
Beats his insanity, basically, and his power hunger.
Well, he's always doing something. It's not like he's like, I'm in a cave alone with my belly.
Right, no one would be like that.
You know, you're talking about a guy who can bust into a bank, take all the money, and no one can stop him. This guy is on a permanent vacation. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's all he does. Just walks around the world. Pretty much. I'm going to Japan today.
All right, let's go. Juggernaut versus some of our superheroes. Favorite superheroes.
I'm just saying Hulk, man. I mean, that's the only one I can really think of that would be a really good fight.
Juggernaut versus Iron Man.
I was thinking about that earlier, too.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut? Really?
Yeah. Iron Man would
He can't move. He can't. Oh, why?
I'm going to tell you why. Nothing Iron Man does is going to put a scratch on their eye. And eventually, either two things are going to happen. Iron Man is going to run out of power, or he's going to run away.
Do you think he could use that laser to cut his helmet off?
Can't hurt the helmet.
Can't. You got to.
You have to unlock it.
You got to unlock it.
You can
Well,
only
he can jump on his back.
That's true.
That's when Juggernaut does exactly what he does to everyone else. Grabs you, breaks you in half, and tosses you to the side.
Or does like.
Yeah, the only reason Nightcrawler gets away with it is
Because
it disappears. Yeah.
And now even Nightcrawler sometimes gets caught. He's like, oh, you know where you're going. I mean, that's how it goes.
He disappears before he punches him.
Sometimes
he does that.
Oh, next.
It's really hard to get the jerk. So when you get the helmet off, he's basically invincible.
Even if Tony Stark was to get the helmet off, he'd be useless. He doesn't have psionic abilities.
Yeah, he's not psychic.
And you can hit King Marco physically in the face with a hail bomb, and it doesn't hurt him. He has that physical power without the helmet. The helmet does nothing for him.
It's just basically telepathic.
It's a psychic shield.
It's all it is.
It's basically invincible.
Hence the name.
It's
one and only weakness of Superman, you know.
Okay.
Psychic. You know. You've got one weakness for the man, and that's it. Granted, Superman has like 3, but...
Superman versus Juggernaut.
Superman.
That's all that.
Juggernaut versus Green Lantern.
You want to know why? Superman's not an idiot. Superman is going to put him in the fan zone. Period.
I got one.
What?
Juggernaut versus the Sun.
Juggernaut.
Here we go. I don't want to get into this because it's going to be like Juggernaut versus my cereal, Juggernaut versus my cat, Juggernaut versus the world. There's jokes that go on like that forever. We're not doing that on the show because I'm dumb.
I know he's going to die, but he was die, so therefore...
Right, good news, Georgie.
Okay.
Prisoner. Hopefully after them all.
Oh, definitely.
So, did you do any sidekick sideshow? Anything for Charles?
He has one partner. And that's it. All right.
Do a little bit of some sidekick to show.
Oh, no.
Greetings, and welcome to Sidekick Sideshow.
Don't call us sidekicks.
Hello, this is John, and...
Almost sound like you were going to forget your name there.
Hello, this is...
John?
I wrote it down if I can't say. Who am I? I didn't know if I was going to go full name or just first name.
That's contemplation.
You never go full retard. You never go full retard.
Retard on the show.
Just talking about Tropic Thunder. Okay.
All right, so, I mean, with Charles, he has a team, not really sidekicks.
Would you consider him a sidekick?
He has 2 sidekicks.
Storm and Wolverine?
Nope. Storm and the Marvel Girl, a.k.a. Jean Grey. Those were his 2 sidekicks. They were his right-hand women. Every time.
And everybody knows who they are, because they're 2 of the big
If you don't know who they are, turn off our radio, because I don't want
And they're not really sidekicks, so we can't say that.
Yeah, they're like partners.
Assistants.
They're
more like
assistants, yes.
Not sidekicks.
But the rest of the team wasn't like that.
Right.
They followed him around. They did everything for him. And it was, no question of that.
Juggernaut has a sidekick, though.
Not really. They were partners
and friends.
And friends, but Black Tom Cassidy listened to Juggernaut. Juggernaut goes, I'm the boss. You don't listen. But what partner? So don't feel like I'm bossing you around. Pretty much sound like. Don't make me mad. I'm not going to steal your thunder. You go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so Black Tom Cassidy, he was an international terrorist. You know, I'm talking loud. Not loud enough. Loud as I can, without yelling. I really don't know much about Black Tom.
Yeah, I'll do citations. All right, Marky. All right. Black Tom Cassidy, Juggernaut's only friend and his secret partner in crime, the criminal known as Black Tom Cassidy. Notorious international terrorist, Black Tom is also a longtime rival and enemy of his cousin Sean Cassidy, the Banshee. Who the hell was the Banshee?
The
guy that
yeah.
Right.
He also becomes a teacher at
something like
school.
Super rivals, basically.
He likes to mess with him. He's like, you're good on me, well, let's do this. Whole family rivalry. Pretty much.
A mutant like his law-abiding cousin, Black Tom, can shoot blasts of intense heat and concussive force from his hands. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's cool to have if you're the Juggernaut. You're like, go get him while I do this. Like, basically, be a distraction while I fuck shit up.
And that's how it works. But mostly it was Juggernaut was the distraction and Black Tom Cassidy was the I'm going to be sneaking around since I was the secret agent guy.
Wow. Tom was the heir to the fortune and estate of Cassidy Keep in Ireland. However, he wagered both on the throw of dice and thereby lost them to Sean, the guy who's his rival. Yeah. Later, the two were rivals for the love of Maeve Rourke, but once again, Tom lost out to his younger cousins. Sucking dick. That's horrible.
That's bad.
Pretty epic, right?
So basically,
bet everything you own on one roll.
You're doing a crapshoot for your love and your family fortune. And then,
not only that, the royalty.
Yeah, because you fucked up. You joined the Juggernaut. Making some good life decisions.
When you're a partner with the Juggernaut, you know you made it in the world.
Yeah. We'll talk about.
You've just been dropping deuces like it's hot today, and they sound gnarly. I'm talking like Superman would run away and be like, Nathan, wash your ass. Bend over, let me freeze that shit.
I haven't breakfast burritos at McDonald's. Never make a gassy.
It's time for one of my favorite parts of the day, Superheroes. Super rant.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Dickless, hopeless.
It gets one every time.
Well, hi guys, it's Nathan. I'm about to do my thing. Hope you're ready. X-Men movies. Here we go.
I know. 30 minutes. 30 minutes of a rant today. We got the time, too.
Sorry, guys. A lot to rant about. While you rant, I'm going to get some tea. Okay, you have plenty of time. All right. Let's start with X-Men 1. F that in the butt. They messed up Sabretooth. They messed up Toad. They messed up... Oh, heck, who didn't they mess up? They messed up the students. Like, you got Iceman and Rogue and Jubilee and Pyro all in the same class. Yeah. That's way wrong in the comics. Way wrong. Iceman was one of the first, first five. One of the first X-Men. Rogue wasn't introduced until much later, and then she was a teenager.
Archangel was in it, or Angel?
He wasn't in until the last movie.
He's one of the very first.
I understand. He was one of the first X-Men. He was one of the top five. And they didn't even introduce Beast was one of the five as well. But he wasn't introduced until, well, he had a cameo in the second one, which sucked. By the way, he was on TV, and he was just like, and then they moved on. Beast.
Oh.
And then you bring him in on the third movie. He all of a sudden has a British accent because they changed actors, which he didn't do a bad job except for, I don't remember Beast ever having a British accent. Sorry there, Fraser. But then you turn around and then you have First Class where they bring in Beast really early as a human, which is set back in the Cold War, that time, and then he's human and then turns Beast. And I'm like, why can't you guys, like, I understand you guys are redoing it, but seriously, you should have been using people who, I'm sorry, you should have went with Jean Grey, you should have went with Beast, should have went with Cyclops, should have went with Iceman, you know, all of them, the original 5. Mm-hmm. That's what you should have did. Because that's what I want to know about. Those are the First Class. When you say First Class, those are the first people I pop in my head. All right, X-Men 2, X-Men United. Nightcrawler was awesome. I loved the introduction of him. Found no one. They can't find anyone better than the guy they've had planned. I loved how they made him cut dogma the unit circus. They had all that. They had him religious, which he was, because after the circus, he became a priest and did all that. You know,
it's kind of a mix. They did half the characters good, half the characters bad.
They did
really bad.
They did like a fourth good and then 3/4 crap.
Yeah.
And like the whole Jean Grey Powers Awakening Phoenix Force stuff pissed me off because
way too early.
Well, yeah, way too early. That's not how the story went. You know. And it's not how comics went. Nothing that the X-Men have ever released. Oh, she just woke up with it one day. You know, they didn't even make it like a disembodied head or like a, you know, like the disembodied voice or anything like, I am the Phoenix, you know. Nothing like that, which pissed me off. And like,
it stretched it out through too many fucking movies.
True.
They didn't show the Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
At the very end they did. At the end of X-Men 2, you see her. Because in the water, you know how it's like a lake?
You see the
fire. The Firebird, the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And you know what's coming next.
I forgot about that.
And I love Cyclops. They picked no one better.
They killed them all within like 20 minutes of the movie.
That's the third one, yeah. But
I was so pissed. I was like, man.
That made me mad. But the first 2 movies, they picked no one better. He was the perfect Cyclops. I don't think they could replace him. But, and then in X-Men Origins, they found a great young Scott Summers. I'm just going to say that out loud, too. I hate that they switched Sabretooth characters in a way. Like, I hate when they switch characters. But I love the new Sabretooth more than the old one. Because
the old one's just ridiculously dumb and bad.
Dick. He had one line in the entire movie.
Yeah, they made him look like a moronic, like.
And he wasn't. He was a raging beast.
He's very intelligent.
Yeah, he
battle smart, like.
Definitely. He literally, and like I hated that they didn't bring up the Wolverine and Sabretooth past at all. Like Wolverine, like he's out of the truck and he, like, I've felt that before, but Sabretooth made no mention of it. Neither did Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that made me mad because that's a big plot right there. In fact, they brought it over in X-Men Origins. You know, that's like, how can you miss that? And it just made me very mad. And I didn't like...
I can see you as the person, like, as soon as you saw that in the movie, you're just, like, in the theater and you're just, like, done.
He's like me with Batman movies. They fuck up stuff in Batman, you're like, oh.
It messed up the entire experience for me.
Yeah. That's what I was scared of when we went to see the Avengers. That's the thing I was so scared of.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, as an X-Men fan, they've been doing bad movies, so I imagine you're, like I said, you got a lot to go.
X-Men First Class, only good one. I liked it, except for Havoc. Havoc's the only problem I had with that movie. I was okay with the bad guys. I was okay with, you know...
Just because there's
every character they had. No. Havoc shouldn't have been in the movie.
Oh.
Wasn't he too young to be in the Cold War?
Yeah.
He wasn't even birthed till after that, like, way after that. Scott Summers wasn't even alive.
Except Halle Berry as Storm.
Halle Berry sucks as Storm. Yes, she's hot.
Yes, she's black. Everything required to be Storm, except for one thing.
The voice.
She sucks.
She ruined Catwoman. She ruined
exactly. I'm sorry, you're a crappy actor. I haven't liked any of her work.
She sucks.
And, like, where was the accent? Where was the backstory? Where was that, I'm afraid of confined spaces? You have me trapped, like locked up in the Statue of Liberty torch? Where was her freaking out? They didn't show that at all. Like, as a child, she was locked up. She was living in a place. She got entombed. Like, there was a cave-in in one of the houses, and it was made of pure stone. She got locked in there for days. She is very claustrophobic, hates the dark, hates being confined. Where was that in the movie? Where was it?
Where?
And it made me mad.
And they didn't put Colossus in the movie enough either.
No, Colossus, one of the big dogs, loved him, one of my favorite, him and Nightcrawler, 2 favorite X-Men. Had a little cameo in the second one.
And Gambit wasn't even in the movie. He was in X-Men Origins.
And it was 5 seconds.
How the hell are you going to leave one of the biggest X-Men out of the fucking movie?
I honestly, are you ready for this? I think X-Men First Class is going to take care of it. Yes, they fucked up the Havoc thing, but everything else was spot on, perfect. I loved it. You know what I love the most about it? Original outfits, blue and yellow. Boner. Got a boner when I saw them. I was like, yeah, original outfits, about time. And it made me have hope for the yellow spandex of Wolverine. Like, that's what I dreamt of. I was like, this gives me hope that they're going to have their original costumes finally one day. I want to see Storm decked out in white with the freaking wings of awesomeness and the long, flowy white hair with the lightning bolt ears.
Do you think they're going to change?
I hope so, because they kept the original outfit. That's exactly how X-Men First Class. When the first X-Men came out, they were all wearing matching uniforms, blue and yellow. They did in this. I loved it, and I hope they stay with this. Are they going to? No. But for God's sake, Spider-Man runs around in a Spider-Man costume. Why can't Wolverine?
For the sake of us seeing the Avengers and all that, we were wrong about a lot of stuff they were going to do in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the highest grossing movie ever in the history of movies.
That's right. The blue,
so for the sake of that, try and put a little positive spin on it. Would you think if they do it right, you think it could be up there with movies like that? Yeah.
I swear on my left testicle. If they put Wolverine in the yellow outfit, Cyclops in the blue and yellow outfit with the cross and everything, and you put Rogue in the sexy green and yellow spandex suit with the brown leather jacket. And
find someone else to play Rogue.
Oh my God, they have to find an adult. Get away from her.
The little girl.
Get away from her being a teenager. She was one of the adults in the team. Made me mad. Put them in those outfits. I guarantee you are going to double any previous record X-Men ever came out with. Guaranteed. You want to know why?
Revamp, new costumes.
Revamp.
Did you actually stick to the story of the comic line? Cartoon.
I say First Class. Take off with First Class. Yes, they put the comic, but that was the only thing.
Keep making origin movies, though?
I would stay away from Origins because what they're doing is getting rid of potential storylines for everything else.
But Deadpool Origins is going to be awesome.
Oh, Deadpool Origins and Wolverine is going to be awesome. I think Wolverine Japan is going to be stupid. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that one was going to be awesome. I think it's going to be retarded. Because they're going to, he becomes a samurai. Lady Deathstrike. He kills the samurai dad. There's not a lot of story in Japan. Yeah, he studies martial arts. Yeah, he becomes a samurai. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I feel like they're going to incorporate...
But there was no villain.
I feel like they're going to incorporate somebody stupid and make it wrong, and it's going to fuck it up.
If it's not Silver Samurai, I'm walking out. That is the only Japanese bad guy Wolverine has. And Silver Samurai was birthed because of Wolverine.
He's awesome.
And you can't have anyone else.
He's a really big samurai, too.
But they had Lady Deathstrike and stupid X-Men.
By the way, anybody who doesn't know how big Silver Samurai is, he's about 6'10", 6'11". Screw that. And he wears like a gigantic
silver armor, and he has a mystic sword that he can fight.
A million different types of powerful magical shurikens. Like, They all do different things.
Oh, yeah.
He like rigged them or something to where they do different things.
I can't remember how he did it, but
they explode. One will electrocute you.
He's a trained ninja.
Expand, and they make smaller ones. They spread. It's like, he's amazing.
He is awesome. And they really touch on that in the new animated series. It's called Wolverine and the X-Men.
He's huge.
They really touched in on that, and it was awesome. Awesome. Loved it.
So,
the only bad guy for X-Men Origins would be Silver Samurai or Lady Deathstrike. And they would have to revamp Lady Deathstrike because they effed that up in X-Men 2.
Next X-Men movie about the first class. You know what I mean?
First class, second year?
Yeah. What do you, what will make you not rant if they put it in there? Like, what characters do you think they should put in there based off that moment?
Bring in the originals. You brought in Beast.
Yeah, look at him.
You know, you brought in the Beast character. Why not bring in Cyclops, Marvel Girl, as Marvel Girl, too? You know what I'm saying? Bring in the original team. You know, that would make me not agree. I think and they have to do it right. And they have to have a good villain. I'm saying, bum, Mr. Sinister.
That would be awesome.
Perfect. He was introduced early on into the series. He's been one of the most epic bad guys.
Would you be mad if they did Apocalypse?
Yeah. It's too early. Too early. Way too early. I think he will be the best final boss there is.
What about the scenario they had with the president being a mutant and he doesn't? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That whole scenario. No?
It'd be tough.
Yeah?
It'd be a tough storyline. What I would like to see the most, the House of M.
What?
Scarlet Witch, Magneto's daughter, snaps and uses her hex magic to create an alternate dimension, like an alternate world, where she has like the 4 horsemen, which is the Human Torch, Hulk, Angel, and someone else.
Wolverine.
I don't think it was Wolverine.
Someone's death. I can't remember what it is.
No, you're thinking about Apocalypse. It's 4 horsemen.
Okay.
She has her own, and like type in House of M. Images. No, that's Apocalypse. Get away from Apocalypse. Okay. House of M.
Okay, House of M.
Mario. And you're going to see some really epic pictures. That's not really. Like, go to the images. Go back. Sorry, I'm not talking. But, like, I would love to see that as a movie. And, like, you're talking about the Hulk, the Human Torch, Angel being her sidekicks, like her slaves, and, like, his...
I think it's Magneto.
No, it's, her last name. Maximoff or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know how to pronounce it. But she creates this alternate world of, like, epicness, and I would love to see that as a movie. Bring in the Hulk, you know, Human Torch, all in one movie.
It'd be a cool crossover.
And then we get to see Chris Evans as Human Torch again. Ha 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 ha. No. But, yeah, like, it's just, that was such a good storyline, and that was one of my favorite series. You know, you can't complain too much about that series. I mean,
and what I know about it is at the end, when the dimension came back to being normal, there were mutants who lost their powers forever.
Mm-hmm. And, like, you couldn't, like, and I think her name's Marie. No, her name's Wanda. Yeah, Maximoff. Mm-hmm. And, like, say, it's just a great series. The first 3 X-Men movies.
Wolverine was death, man.
You're talking about Apocalypse, of course, when I already said that. The first 3 movies stuck my giant donkey, and X-Men Origins Wolverine did great. I love that they brought in the actual Weapon X team. They actually had them, and I loved it. And I liked X-Men First Class. Yes, they messed up Haddock, and they pretty much banked. They were like, what first 3 movies? There were the first 3 movies? I didn't even know that. They changed the storyline completely. They made characters position where they wouldn't. But there was one thing I didn't like about X-Men First Class. Mystique and Azrael. Or not Azrael, Azazel. Wow, I'm an idiot. Those are the parents of Nightcrawler. And she was like a teenager at the time. And he was a full-grown adult, which, you know, pretty much how it was. But when he came out, he propositioned her like as a human. And then they ended up having a baby of Nightcrawler. But that's pretty much all I have for Super Rant. I don't know if it was actually 30 minutes, but I did pretty good, I think.
I mean, would you be upset if they end up fucking this one up? Would you stop watching?
Which one?
The movies that are coming out? Like,
I know X-Men 4 is going to be a giant flop. I'm not even going to go see it. As a fan, I'm not even going to see it. And that sucks because I've made pretty much a vow to go see any superhero movie come out. Yeah. But I'm not going to go see another one because I can't watch them destroy X-Men for me again. But I will go see both X-Men Origin movies, and I will go see X-Men First Class second year, which is exciting.
Oh,
but that's all I have for that.
All right. It's time to move on. We got the superhero secret vault.
Oh.
Make a rip. And Jordy's got the superhero secret vault today. So
yeah, boy.
We get right into that.
Keep it secret. Keep it secret.
Greetings, true believers.
Well, now. Okay, all right, I just found this one, and I have to admit that it kind of freaked me out. It's, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but it might freak you out, too. Batman fought Dr. Doom before the Fantastic Four ever did. Did they know that? This happened in Detective Comics number 58, April 1950. When Batman and Robin are bringing their 1,001st trophies into the Batcave, Dr. Doom smuggles himself inside so he can get inside their secret lair. Dr. Doom then brings all of the Bat trophies to kill the dynamic duo, only to die himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's DC Marvel crossover. That's like one of the first DC Marvel crossovers ever, then.
That's really awesome, man.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my superhero secret vault.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good, man.
What do you guys think about that?
That's, wow. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm trying to remember when Dr. Doom was created. And, like, when he was introduced into the Marvel world. And, like, I just want to be like, wow, when did he cross over? Like, when did that? That was probably the first crossover they've ever done. Had to have been if it was back in Detective Comics. That's Golden Age Comics right there.
Yeah.
Man, that kind of blows my mind. I think I would have to fact check that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's make time for the villain's justification of the day. And I get to do it, like always.
You filthy criminals.
I am the villain of the story.
Oh no, your old eyes do not deceive you, Brucey. After all, who know me better than you?
All right. Today's superhero secret vault is about Omega Red.
Bum, bum, bum.
Is that what you mean, villainous justification? Is what I say it was?
Super Rant. No, you said Super Vault.
Oh. I'm sick. You're out here. I'm sick and tired right now.
I'm here to Rasputin.
I feel good, but I'm still doing the show. My mind's like this right now. But my villainous justification is Omega Red. He basically was a Russian soldier in the war they had, the Cold War,
He's synonymous with two X-Men.
But he's also a big-time murderer. I don't know how well of a justification this is. This is going to be a good example of taking somebody who's really bad and making it.
Seemed good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear this one because I remember him being a straight-up dick face.
Okay, now, and this first appearance was in 1992, X-Men number 4. He's created by Jim Lee. He did the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And then Omega Red, basically, like I said, he's a soldier, fought in the war, got trapped, and then basically they had what it was like, kind of like a super soldier program that Captain America had, but it was Russian, yeah. And they used chemicals instead, and physical enhancement. And what you have in the end result is Omega Red, which is basically a gigantic man. It looks like a robot with blonde hair and tentacles that come out of his body that he can use. And they're like plastic. They can stretch, but they also drain life. Like he can suck the life out of you with them and use it for his own power gain.
And it has like a shocking effect, too.
Yep.
Like he can also shock with it. And
but my villain's justification is right after he gets the powers, he kind of almost has a sudden life change in like one of the comics. And he actually rescues a child from a burning building. Like, so he can't be that murderous and villainous if he's saving tiny girls from a fire. And the funny thing was, it was an American girl. So that's even more.
I'm thinking maybe
he just gets the powers. The first thing he does, instead of go fight a war or get whoever's backing them, he saves somebody.
Right.
Wasn't his tentacles made of, like, adamantium or something?
No, they can be cut easily by Wolverine's claws. The only thing was that they can continue to just keep cutting.
And you were into it. The sad thing about it is, all the chemicals that are going through Omega Red, they slowly start to rot his mind, and basically he becomes like a warped machine. He doesn't really have a thought process anymore. It's basically still destroy. So, you know what I mean? Basically, whatever is going to keep him living as an entity, basically what he does, he drains the life from the characters or kills them. So, that's kind of a quick villainous justification for him for the day.
I like that. I didn't think he could do it at all.
We go from him being a murderous savage to getting powers, and like I said, the first thing he does is save somebody's life. Like, there's a superhero in everybody. It's just the right attitude and the right position to be in. You know what I mean? Maybe the Joker's not a bad guy if Batman saves him.
Right.
Maybe Mr. Freeze is the bad guy if they leave him alone and let him continue to do his experiment. Maybe Poison Ivy isn't a bad chick if she, you know what I mean, kind of got some support with her revolt group she had and get some help from her father or one of her parents that cares about her as opposed to her just going out at night and not caring what they say.
Right.
And getting a chemical bath basically turning her into Poison Ivy. Maybe that doesn't happen if her father sits down and talks to her and spends the night with her and they watch movies and spend quality time.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, if you just take a 180 on every supervillain, that's what I try to do with the show, is look at it from positive aspects. What if there's a little bit of good, and then what if that route will happen?
Moral of this story, be good to your kids.
Yeah, if you have a conscience, and there's a little voice inside that says, don't do this, go with the good ones.
And spend more time with your kids.
Right, because
you never know what's going to happen.
Seem to be someone being an asshole or stemming from childhood
abuse.
Yes.
Neglect.
And which we are totally against.
Right.
If I have twins, dude, I want to raise one like as a superhero and one as a villain.
That's horrible.
I'm just saying.
What are you going to do? Punch one kid in the face and love the other one? You're going to create another.
Well, yeah.
Your Juggernaut thing going on.
Exactly.
All right. We're going to do a vote right here. We got plenty enough time. And then we're going to do a break. Get Man back rolling around.
That I got to drain the main bang.
Next show, you guys want to break down each Avenger? Iron Man, break down Thor, break down bulk. Break down Captain America, and Hawkeye, and Black Widow.
Basically, do you like which one you want to start with? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, we can do the Avengers show for the next upcoming shows, or we can do...
Well, I think with the Avengers being done, and we touched on them a lot, we should move on, because we know there's going to be a lot of topics about them coming up in the next year, with, 6 movies signed on for Hulk.
Yeah, but we never really broke down each individual.
True. And we can. It's still Marvel. We're still staying in the Marvel world. Are we breaking them down individual days?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Iron Man's a day, Hulk's a day, Thor's a day.
I've got no objections.
Since the Avengers movie is out, and it's subject of, seems like it would be subject of priority right now with the way it's doing so good.
Yeah, it's possible.
Or we can do First Class X-Men, like have a day for Beast, have a day for Cyclops, have a day for Marvel Girl, have a day for Angel, have a day for Iceman.
I think it'd be tough to do individual days for those 5. I think those would be
a good challenge.
Day.
It is a good challenge.
I mean, it can be done, but I think it'd be a slow show. There'd be a lot of dead air, I think. And,
we'll figure it
I
out.
know a ton of them. But I'm fine with breaking down Avengers.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's Avenger Week. Avengers just came out.
Right?
And
that's what we'll do then.
Yep, I say we start with Man in Blue, the leader of the team.
Captain America.
Yeah, first Avenger, we have to cover the first Avenger as the first one.
I fucking hate him.
But that's what we still have to. We still have to.
All right,
I
don't hate Captain America.
I don't like him. I don't like him.
He's just not as epic as the rest.
He is. It's just...
Without his shield, he'd be nothing.
He's not my cup of tea. I'd like to see Hulk smash him.
Yeah.
He could.
Yeah. For him to be getting everybody else orders and shit like that, and trying to get
That's
him
what he does. He's the soldier. He's the leader. That's his role.
Soldier. It's the role given to him by S.H.I.E.L.D. Wait, stop talking about it. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Look at that. Good topic already. So that's it. First show. Tomorrow, we're going to do an Avengers rest of the week, probably.
Right.
And first one's Captain America.
So what's your shorts?
You remember that show?
I do. Come on, I'm a giant nerd. I remember everything.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Dude, tell me.
But old man Tits is waking up, so we got to get him in bed. Mikey, and I got epic fight of the day. Woo! And let's go right into it.
Let's go, Bob.
Hulk smash, little man! Little man, leave Hulk alone!
Let's do this.
Come on! Hulk is strongest there is!
Okay, Bob. Let's try that again.
Sounds like he has a hernia.
Or stubbed his toe on his couch.
Who has it?
Me. And I, even know a lot of guys, so I figured we'll go to the other gender today.
Hell yeah.
Mix it up. Sexy fights, right? Talking a lot about the X-Men. Mm-hmm. So first one is Rogue,
right?
And then second one is Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Rogue can take her powers.
If she
can
gets
only
a hold of
feel
her,
mutant powers.
that's not mutant.
She only gains her powers from the yellow sun. Plus, on strength level, Supergirl wins. On flight speed, Supergirl wins. Plus, she has telekinetic powers, shape-shifting powers, and fire. Wow. So, Supergirl, money.
Well, with all that, Supergirl. Sorry.
Supergirl, it's on my forehead. I would like to say Rogue, even though I love Super.
Let's go. Okay, let's stay in the same realm.
Yeah, that's much better.
Not DC. Let's not mix with DC. Let's go Rogue versus the Goblin Queen.
Goblin Queen. For those of you who don't know who Goblin Queen is,
I know the Goblin.
Goblin Queen is a clone of Jean Grey, who also possesses the ability of psychicness, the Dark Phoenix, and she has the ability to summon goblins. And they're like basically giant green gargoyles that fight for her. So, on that note, my money is going to be on her.
Let's change it. Not Rogue. Storm. Versus Goblin Queen.
I'm not going to go with Madeline Pryor, so.
The Goblin Queen? Yeah. Yeah, she sounds more badass. Okay, yeah, I'm going to say Goblin Queen.
Even without the Phoenix Force, she probably won't get to touch her. Two, she's basically fighting an army, Storm would be, because she would continue to summon goblins to fight for her. She would also then be attacking her on a psionic level. And Storm's powerful, don't get me wrong. Mad loves for Storm. And it would be one epic fight because Storm, seriously,
she won't give up.
She can mess someone up. But
you got some goblins?
And you got goblins? In a hurricane. In the end, my money is going to go on Madeline Pryor. But it will be one epic fight. I do promise you that. It would be even cooler if they were wearing lingerie.
You know what? Let's do Menage a Trois. Rogue versus Storm versus Goblin Queen. Versus.
My money was going to be on Storm and Rogue. They would team up. Against Madeline
That's just another person adding, and the fight changes the outcome.
Definitely. Because Madeline Pryor can probably only focus on one, while her goblins face another. And
I think the goblin thing wouldn't even be a factor. Like I said, Storm would be like...
Against Storm, it'd probably be a factor, but against Rogue, it wouldn't. These goblins are pretty powerful. I've seen them in action. I've read some comics with them. They're pretty powerful. They have like super sharp razor claw talons, and they can fly. You know, and they she may be able to push them away, but they are going to keep coming in mass numbers, and Storm would either get overwhelmed or she'd get blindsided. And that's my point with that fight. But in the end, it's going to be the team-up of Rogue and Storm that wins it. And then if it was a battle to the death, Rogue would then beat Storm out after they took out Madeline Pryor. They would be like, let's team up against Madeline Pryor. And then they're going to do that, and then Rogue's going to be like, backhand Storm, and then that's going to get into it.
Or they'd agree to disagree and just hug each other.
You made it sound like it. They fight each other. Three-way death match to the sexy time.
But that was pretty okay. And I want to talk a little bit about, because it's really funny, the comments about the epic fight of Spawn versus Darth Vader, people are still commenting on it today.
Today.
Like, still talking about it.
And it's like an even battle.
And it's been 4 days. So, but yeah, it's comic review time. We got some comics from the old Comic Knizzle. And they sent us a comic that's worth like 10 grand.
Yeah.
And it's in my hands right now.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
amazing. The appearance of Doctor Strange.
Right. And also Dr. Doom's in here. First appearance of Dr. Doom.
Really?
In the Spider-Man comic. Yeah, in the end.
First appearance for him with Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yeah, in general.
And then we got Superboy number 24.
and 37.
And 37. And then we have Dick Tracy number 1
against Miss Pruneface,
which is really awesome.
Yeah, oh my God. Comic Connect, I love you.
Check those out. And then
to curb George's appetite
for the racism comics that were the other day. I think they sent these on purpose. The Thing and Black Goliath,
which is Big Black Man.
Marvel team up number 24, and then Iron Fist number 8. So if you guys get a chance, check those out. Get on ComicConnect.com. These will be on sale if we don't fucking steal them.
We're joking. Yeah, we're joking.
Just kidding, John.
You can't tell me that the Thing versus the Black Goliath doesn't sound a little bit sexual.
No, they work together.
Sounds a little sexual, though.
It does sound like a weird porno.
The Thing and the Black Goliath.
Thing and the Black Goliath.
Yeah, that sounds like a dirty name. I see porn stashes and everything.
But seriously, we have well over probably about $30,000 worth of comics over there.
Yeah.
And
thanks to Comic Connect. Just blend it.
If you guys are listening, I want you to know that you guys are epic. And, like, I don't know if you have, like, a psychic link to our brains because, like, you would send us comics, and then we would talk about them, like, the next day, and then they'd show up a few days later, and we're just like, how the hell did they know what we were thinking? Yeah. And we love you guys. Yeah,
they're all.
Here coming up, too, I'm going to have some comics that I'm going to bring in my own collection. Got some Action Comic Superman we're going to check out, and my titties are my dad's got some comics. I want to bring some of his in. And kind of you guys bring some in, too, one day. Yeah. And we'll all talk about them and read them. Give them these shows and let them read them all. I'm going to bring in some of my X-Men and the Death of Superman. Just moving on real quick. Thank you again, Comic Connect, John. Love you. Thanks, awesome. Anybody get online there. If you want old comics, Silver Age, Bronze comics, go get those. And if you guys do, get on eBay, check out my dad's page. He's got some comics up, like Disney comics. Nice. Back in the day, like when Donald Duck first appeared. Wow. Yeah, those were epic. Check those out. I think he's got them sold, and it's at like $5,000 right now. Like, so get on there, check that out. If anybody's interested in those. But we're going to move on to sports really quick. Bulls are doing horrible. They're down in series. The Sixers are up 3, and the Bulls have won 1. So if the Bulls lose again, they're out of the playoffs. Derrick Rose isn't in, but no. See, Derrick Rose is out for the season. They still won like 28 games without him. Right. They only lost like a few. I think it was more of but Joakim Noah got hurt like game 3 too. That's like a really big guy. And the other guy that's an all-star on the team is playing horrible, Lou Aldang. He averages like 23, 24 points a game during the regular season. He's averaging 8, 9 points a game in the playoffs. He's playing horrible. Time to sack up, Bulls. Right. It's time to go, Chicago. You got a game tomorrow.
I'm wearing your hat right now, man.
In Chicago, fucking suck it up for the sake of the old Bulls back in the day, Pippen and Jordan. And put your game faces on and bring your A game. Sex with a superhero. Woo! Let's just go without the cheesy introduction today.
Okay. Let's go right in.
Yeah.
I'm going first.
You guys have any ideas and just right offhand immediately? I said Goblin Queen. You can't use that one. You was thinking about it. You remember? Because that was the day we were like, damn, we both die. You get eaten by goblins, and you get sucked up by whoever you have.
Yeah, we died.
Yeah, you get eaten by plants, and I get eaten by goblins. Me and George have an affinity for women who are a little bit dirty and evil.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and go, guys. But it's really funny because my girlfriend's like the sweetest thing ever. True story. And thank you again, Rachel. I love you for the banner. That's fucking God, it's so big.
The David Banner.
The Bender's banner. But Johnny, you don't have anything?
Not offhand. All right, I'm going first. I want Psylocke, buddy. Give me Psylocke. That's her first costume. And then that's her newest one. Give me Psylocke any day. A master-trained assassin. I know, I'm going back to it. Because, I'm sorry, we didn't touch on it enough. I mean, you're talking about a girl who's a master-class assassin, a lingerie model, super sexy, super powerful, super skilled. She is big. She's got the hourglass figure, and
I got mine now.
She is dominative. This is what I want. You give it to me or I'm going to punch you in the face, and I'm going to take it. Give me your man package. And, she's so aggressive, and I think I would get man raped, and I would be okay with it. Sorry I had to go back to it. She would alpha male you. We had to come back to it. She would alpha male me, and I would cry, and I'd come up to Brian, and I'd be like, one pants. But I'm just saying, that's what's going down. Psylocke all the way, you know.
Georgie?
Get her twin sister on, too.
Black Widow.
We did that one last show.
Black Canary.
He can go, too.
Ooh, Black Canary. See, initially you said when you didn't want to do it because
she'd scream your ears out.
But
if you were rocking that, she'd be going, you know?
But that's what I'm saying.
Blow your eardrums.
That's what I'm saying. I'm willing to lose
your life.
My life. Yeah.
Once again, it's a death for you.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the way I roll, dude.
Clearly.
Johnny, you got nothing yet?
Nothing. What's with you guys?
Oh, yeah.
You guys don't like that?
Go with Miss Marvel.
Ooh, Miss Marvel. Before or after she loses her powers?
Huh?
Before or after she loses her powers?
Both.
Because, you know, if she has a power, she's going to out-mail you.
No, yeah, that's cool. Either way, he's real hot.
You know what I feel like watching all of a sudden is that Rugrats episode where they all turn into, like, Fantastic Four people. Like, there's one girl that's like the dog line girl or whatever.
Oh, my God, I remember that episode. Man, that's funny.
Chucky, or no way, it's still just, like, shoots out spit out the freaking tube.
Horrible.
Johnny?
There.
I'll see that shit.
Come on, man.
Can't think of any right now.
Well, sure,
Don't be picky. You always go on, like, crazy ones. Like, stuff we don't even know. You're like, how it's likely of the fifth dimension. Like, what the fuck, huh? Pick one of the girls from Star Trek. And we'll be like, okay.
Oh, you go like that, I mean, I was trying to stick into, like, superheroes and stuff.
Any girl. That's a superhero. They saved the day.
Any hero?
Yeah.
Dark Magician girl.
There you go. Yu-Gi-Oh! So,
old school. Hell yeah.
There's our
Sex with superhero.
Yeah.
Go to the gadget.
Ooh. I went first last time. I'm not going again.
Fun toys. Fun toys.
I'm going to ask it first. Can I?
No. Oh, no.
Juggernaut helmet.
Oh, just the helmet?
Just the helmet. No, I just want it. Want it. Yeah, I just want it, dude. I just be.
You want to know how I got that?
How cool would it be, Juggernaut? It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
You'd have to take a giant load on the mouth to get it.
I had to have my jaw set and wired shut for a month.
I can't believe that came out of his mouth.
That's really funny. The thing!
The thing!
Okay. The neuralizer from Men in Black.
Ooh. That's awesome.
That's good. That's pretty good.
The fucking gun that the Nemesis has on his arm. The Gatling gun. That's like brain triggered. It's connected to his nerve system.
Like the one in JoJo.
Yeah. Really awesome, though.
That's a good one.
Okay, wait. I think I might have
what?
Better than that.
Better than the Juggernaut Summit?
The freaking legs from Dark Octopus, man.
Oh.
The Ock.
The whatever they're called. Yeah, the Ock arms.
That's really good.
Freaking.
All right.
I'd go everywhere with that, man.
Professor X's wheelchair.
That's not funny.
The Shi'ar one, the one that has the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Like the only good one. The one with the technology in it, the one that hovers, the one that has a hidden gun in it, the one that later gets a teleporter built into it.
Just be
the one that
there and just
like, the one that later, like, literally gets, like, you can teleport in it, the one that becomes, like, space flyer. That's the one I want. Give that to me. I'm a happy boy. Period.
That sounds good.
See the rest of the show just trash talk. I don't feel like prank calling anyone.
Yeah, I don't feel like pranking anyone.
Yeah. Like, if you could hang out with any X-Men, who would you want to hang out with?
Nightcrawler. Or Colossus. Either two. I like Colossus because he's a painter, like me. He loves art. Which is weird because he's like, I'm 6'4", 280 pounds of pure muscle. I'm going to kill you. But I'm a soft feature.
I paint kitty.
I'm a Daisy, you know.
I paint a kid.
You know, and I love that about him. Like, he's got that, I'm not a giant brute like everyone thinks I am. Yeah. And most people don't know that about him, but, you know, a little spoiler
I
alert.
hang out with Jean Grey.
Of course you would.
Because I try to hit that ass.
She's honest about it. Yeah, straight up honest about it. She would know, though. And she'd read your mind in a second. And she'd thought, what if she's turning you into a little girl?
Well, once she's into it, though, she's like, oh.
She digs it. She has Colossus and Wolverine. Why would not Colossus? Cyclops. Cyclops and Wolverine. Why would she want you? She digs valiant soldiers. What are you? I'm a man force.
I'm a beast.
She didn't like these. They're friends, but that's about it. Congratulations, you're now the mayor of Friend Zone.
I want to fuck her. I want to fuck her.
And Nightcrawler's a circus guy, so I'd like to hang out with him too, because he'd be fun. He'd just go to a basketball game. These are our seats. Yay! We're just going back with trees and be like, dude, you get me some gummy bears? Oh, okay. I gotta go get some, I'm gonna go get me a beer. No, I'll do it. I don't even have to move. I don't don't tell Professor X. He already knows. Yeah, I meant I forgot. It'd be Rogue and Mystique. Why? That's what I want to ask. Why? Next. Rogue was always my favorite. Look at these two brains. Why? Look at these two brains. I know they're both They're sexually driven.
Dude, I have so much more on my computer. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. My mind is... And there goes any crush that any girl ever had on it. My mind is filled with sex. I'm sorry. Sex.
Well, girls like guys who are dirty, and dirty girls like dirty guys. But sometimes dirty guys do dirty girls, and they enjoy it and have a dirty time. That's a lot of dirty. That's a dirty mind fuck. That's what that was. Dirty. But I think mine would be Wolverine. I think I'd hang out with him or Beast. Because Beast is very intellectual, and I'd like to sit down and chat with him. But he would get annoyed. Then he would get annoyed and piss me off, and I would feel down. So then I'd go hang out with Wolverine and vent some rage with him. Yeah. Because in the danger room? Yeah. He'd kill you. No, he would kill me, but he'd make fun of me. Oh, he's like, you want to know who my third person would be? Gambit. I would love to hang out with him. If you were friends with the Hulk, where would you guys go? And where would you not go? Because you were scared he was going to fucking snap. I would stay away from all bars. All bars.
Oh, my God.
Because every bar I go to, there's been a fight. He would fight like 20 people. He would kill 20 people.
A keg would be a beer to him.
And then I would go to like Disneyland with him. Yes, and I just happy place. All right. He'd be like, I'd be Bruce Banner. You gotta think about it. I'd be Bruce Banner until he got pissed off. So be like, wait, we have to wait how long in line? Oh my God, I have to tell you guys about Corn Dog falls on the floor and see that his Bruce Banner falls on the ground. I was reading Foxtrot today in the newspaper. Yeah. And they did an Avenger comic strip today. Yeah. And he's wearing like a little suit, and he's buying he's buying his ticket, and he goes, 1 ticket for the Avengers, please. And he's like, the price of tickets makes me angry. And then he's like, he buys the popcorn, and he's like, the price of popcorn makes me really angry. And then he's like, they won't even let us into the movies yet. This makes me really, really, really angry. And he looks at everybody, and he looks at his friends, they have the Captain America one, and then there's that Black Widow person dressed up, and he goes, you know what? This Bruce Banner costume's not working like I'd hope it would. And I just laughed. I just giggled. I man-giggled in the break room at work, and everyone looked at me like I was retarded. And then I made them read it, and they were just kind of like, Jordan, where would you take him to hang out, and where would you not take him because he was going to smash?
Because he was going to smash?
Yeah.
Well,
it's such a funny question.
I don't know, man. I'd definitely, take him to the beach, and then we just,
See, that's a good one. Go swim and hang out.
Yeah.
Not about that.
He wouldn't freak out, and, if we wanted to, I could just be like, hey, dude, throw me across the fucking, sea. I'd just go flying, and I mean, he could probably get like a paddle boat or something like that, just like sit on his shoulders, fucking. Yeah, so I mean,
except he would walk on the bottom of the ocean.
Where would you not take him?
Would I not take him?
To a strip club.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, that involves bar. That kind of settles that bar. Strip club kind of connected. But they have that
To a retirement home.
old people piss him off, and he would freak out. That's a good shirt. John, where would you take the Hulk, and where would you not take him? Because he's going to smash.
Oh, where I want to take him, I'd hope he smash. I take him to a circus and say, "Hey, Hulk, clown's bad."
That's horrible.
I don't like clowns.
So I know what I'm going to do for you for your birthday.
Oh, God.
Send you to clown college.
Oh yeah.
Take the clown strap.
We're gonna wake him
John
up.
just goes,
Oh,
Let's wake him up with clown mask.
and where would you take him? Well, where would you not take him because he would smash?
China shop.
That's a good one.
Good one.
That's a good one.
what about you, buddy?
Hulk one teacup.
Why do you keep making him Hulk form already? He wouldn't be Hulk until he got mad. Stop it.
I would take.
How about China
No,
shop?
he is Hulk. He is Hulk.
Oh, yeah, it's Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're screwed.
I would take him. I would take him to
A basketball game.
Can you imagine? I'd take him to church because it's a peaceful place, like a monk place, like a Zen kind of place. Peace.
He's going to say, I've gone to churches and anger some people.
The place I would not take him
Why?
is a wrestling range. That's the end of the show. We love you guys. Good chance to check out Comic Connect. Tomorrow's show is going to be about Captain America. Friday we'll be at Kroger's in Frankfurt. We're going to be doing the second pit, and we're going to have hot dogs. Everybody show up, come out, have a good time.
Hot dogs and brats. All his profits go to charity. Come out, visit us. Answer some questions. Maybe win some prizes. Big day.
All right, but we love you guys. And it's that time when we have to say goodbye. So good night, Gotham City. Good night, Metropolis. Deuces. Bye.
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
My leg hair. You know what else you wouldn't want to take Hulk?
What?
The fucking DMV.
Dude.
He would fucking smash everybody for like 3 days.
Just walk in with him there and be like, "Hey, you don't like waiting
Or court. You wouldn't want to take him to court. He'd freak the fuck out.
I'd like to call a surprise witness, the Hulk."
Or you wouldn't want to call him a taxi cab to get pissed off because it's like 20 minutes late.
Or freaking passes him, you know, like being
Smash the back of that.
we don't pick up your kind of arm.
Come on, taxi, going on that.
And then if you were with him, you could just be like, "Wait, don't you hop everywhere?"
We should make that a segment. Where would you take the Hulk today, and where would you not take him?
You should do that with a lot of people.
Like the courtroom.
Where would you take the Juggernaut and where wouldn't you take him?
Where would you take Wolverine, and where? Yeah, we should make that segment. Where would you take
That superhero.
Where would you take a superhero?
Where would you take?
Then the other person has to pick it.
Right.
Say like
You're like
two-person segment. Like tomorrow it'll be George and you.
Yeah.
And you get to pick the superhero for him, and then he has to figure out where he has to take him and where he can't take him.
And then you
do it to him.
Yeah.
So it's like switch. So like he picks Batman.
Okay.
He picks Batman for you, and you're like, I'd take Batman to the ice cream shop. I wouldn't take Batman to a graveyard. Oh, man.
I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't take Batman to.
And you would be like Superman. He'd be like, okay, I take Superman to the circus. I wouldn't take Superman to a red sun. To a planet that has a red sun. That's pretty funny. Like, it's kind of cool.
It's gonna be a good segment.
All right.
I love it.
Oh man.
John,
Yeah, it's hotter than Satan's toenails up in this bitch.
Oh yeah.
I'm going outside.
Me too.
Suck it, motherfucker.